don't know why anybody would want to be a police officer these days. Can you imagine going out there, risking your life every single day, every single night, for the sake of your community, to keep your community safe, and yet you're coming under fire in ways that you never probably ever anticipated when you went into the profession to begin with, including getting run over by a drunk woman who has it out for you and told everyone on Facebook moments before that she didn't like, and I'm paraphrasing, the police. Watch.
Cheers right here, baby. Will you sit right here for me? Yeah, so for mommy, yeah. Proceed. Oh, you think? Oh, just don't unfold it right there.
I will see you guys next Monday at 6:30 p.m. back here on Face of Reality Radio on the Instagram and on the Facebook. And until then, the police.
Yeah. She said some other things that were pretty pointed and pretty awful. They've since been taken down from Facebook. That's all we can show you. But she made it very clear that she didn't want police officers to live. And then, drunk as she was, as you saw her there, she went out, got into her car, and hit it and killed a police officer in Queens, New York. And you wonder why police are saying, wait a second, this isn't what I signed up for. You know, you have a certain kind of bullet on your head. I hate to use those words, but that's the reality of it now, just by being a police officer, just by being in uniform, because of the hate that has been pushed, the divisive rhetoric. Look at this report out of the New York Post. They're talking about 75% of an increase in the number of people that are retiring, cops retiring, 5,300 cops. They retired or put their papers in to leave the job last year, and it's a massive spike from the year before. Through April 21st of this year, 831 cops have retired or filed to leave, and many more are expected to follow suit in the current anti-cop climate. This is according to a retired New York City police sergeant. You know, I feel for them. I don't know how you go out and do your job. It's a bad line of work to be in when you can't do your job, when you're actually trying to keep a community safe and you say it's 2:38 in the morning and there's a kid, you don't even know he's a kid, shooting at cars. And so you try and stop him. He has a gun in his hand. He turns around, drops it at the last second. You shoot him because sometimes, you know what? It's coming down to, is he going home or are you going home? I mean, that cop has a family too. Nobody likes to look at it from that side of things. I realize it doesn't fit the media's narratives, but these are people too with families of their own, and they're trying to do their best to keep their community safe. And yet there's this idea that somehow they shouldn't ever resort to force, even if they're going to get killed themselves, or even if somebody else is going to get killed. Think about what just happened in the Ma'Khia Bryant case. Let's go to that video right now because you've seen it before. I want you to see it again. This woman in pink is about to get stabbed by Bryant. You see it right there, it stopped. And that is the moment in which the police shot Bryant and now is under an enormous amount of attack, including from some folks over at MSNBC. I want you to take a look at what this woman has to say on Joy Reid's show.
No Black person is really, truly going to be safe if we cannot be having a bad day.
A bad day? That's a bad day when you're going to stab somebody to death? A bad day. Yeah, you know, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do to make America a better place so that people, when they have bad days, do not resort to trying to stab another human being. So that 13-year-old kids don't disappear from home for 2 days, join gangs, of course, and shoot at cars at 2:30 in the morning. We need to get to a place where these communities are safe, and you need law in order to do so. You need police officers to do that. You can't, as Rashida Tlaib says, get rid of the police. She wants no police. She wants no jail. She wants no military. We would resort to a state of total anarchy. You know, I've spent a lot of time reporting in Latin America, and it reminds me of Brazil, where the favelas are just crime-ridden horrific places that the police in Brazil, the police in Rio de Janeiro will not go. They won't go. It's all left up to the gangs, and the gangs are the ones that are trying to patrol the community. Is that what you want? Joe Biden is trying to say he's making this country better. I think we all know the truth. We're becoming more divided. We're going to increasingly become more poor. And we're going to increasingly lose our freedoms.